Give me 5 minutes and I'll show you how this one concept alone made me an extra $30 million in 1 year. Now, if business owners understood this one concept, they would actually make more money, they'd be happier, and live a more fulfilled life as they expected when they started their business. If you focus on you, the money will come to you. So most business owners struggle with burnout, stress, poor mental clarity, and poor decision making because they place so much attention, energy into actually doing the work that they actually lose themselves in the whole process. And when you don't look after your mind, your body, and your spirit, you don't operate from your 10.0 self. You lack that creativity, the innovation needed in order to excel. And you aren't able to make these clear decisions to move your business actually forward because you begin to develop this emotional instability. You create poor relationships. You don't have the strength to potentially fire people and lead your team correctly. And you have this reduced resilience and adaptability and inconsistent performance, as well as potentially low energy and low motivation. And then you struggle to attract success into your life because you're not operating from that 10.0 self, you're operating from a lower frequency state. And then you start to suffer from this internal self-destruction because whether you realize it or not, you begin to prioritize making money over absolutely everything else in your life. Because you think that if you make the money, that's your path to the happiness, the joy, and the fulfillment as you expected. So that's how you justify to make the money. That's how you justify to work the 10 to 12 hours a day and you sacrifice everything else. And I'm telling you now, after making over $250 million, in my experience, this is not true. Because you get paid for the quality of your work, not the quantity of your work. You get paid for your ability to solve complex problems and make quality decisions, to actually do things that scare you, that challenge you, to do the hard things. It's not about the hours that you work. It's about the puzzles that you solve. And most business owners will just drown themselves in meaningless tasks and work to keep themselves busy. They don't actually make any progress because they don't focus on the right tasks. They don't do the hard things because they don't allow them to. They don't feel like they can. And because they don't focus on the right things, the hard things, they haven't focused on creating the person that has the ability to do the hard things. And I see so many business owners set out to start a business to create a better life, to live a life of more freedom, joy, happiness, fulfillment. They end up building a life where they lock themselves into the actual castle that they are building. They don't design their life first and then put the business inside of their life. They do it the other way around. And then this manifests into chaos as other parts of your internal being are sacrificed in order to achieve this money goal, when in fact, that's going against the exact goal he had in the first place, was to actually be happier, more fulfilled, and live a life of higher quality. Now, the only way to improve the quality of your work is to improve the quality of your decisions, is to work on the who and not the how. And I also fixated on working on the how so long that I forgot about the who. And because if you don't have the energy, the mental clarity to actually see through the forest, it'll be easy to mistake movement for progress. That's why self-mastery should be all the business owner's true aim. And then once that you master yourself, then everything else becomes easier. Then you can do anything you want. You'll make so much more money if you focus on the who and not the how. Because being a business owner requires our complete self to be present at all times. You have to handle your emotions, you have to think logically, you have to develop relationships, you have to continuously learn and build new skills, you have to have high energy, you have to have positive thinking. And this is why you need to turn professional. You need to treat business like a sport. You need to start by removing all the vices from your life, like your processed foods, the alcohol, maybe Netflix, whatever lowers your frequency in which you operate in. Because once you lower your frequency and your belief starts to deteriorate and your confidence in yourself, which then dictates how you feel, dictates which puzzles you solve in your business, the thoughts that you have, and then the actions around your business. And the truth is that having a business consumes such a large part of your mind that there's always countless things to be working on and improving on. And it's only when you engage in these vices that they take up so much of your mind share, they decrease your cognitive load and your ability to show up in your business and act as your 10.0 self, that flows to your business whether you realize it or not. Because as we mentioned before, you're paid to make hard decisions. You're paid to solve complex problems, to do hard things. And if you're not showing up as your best self, you start to shy away from what's hard. You put a blind eye to it because you go do what's comfortable all the time, the simple tasks that are giving you progress in your business and just moving along. And being a business owner It's the same as being a professional athlete. There's no difference. Sure, you get away with maybe drinking and partying and everything else, but at what cost? And I was once there. I thought that me partying and having cheat meals and not taking my health and fitness seriously wasn't affecting my business because I still showed up every single day. Because I still showed up, I still did the hours. But it wasn't until in 2024 that I decided to do a reverse gap year that all made sense to me. Where I would literally just focus on myself and say no to everything else for one single year. Everything from alcohol to junk food, to potentially movies, lust, anything that I felt that wasn't part of me creating my 10.0 self. And I always refer to my conscious to let me know what was right and what was wrong. I would just focus on myself that whole year, distractions free in my life. And I wanted to see how I would show up as a businessman if I finally turned pro, if I finally trained myself like a professional athlete. This is the only way I would truly optimize my mind, body, and spirit when I realized how much I was actually letting my business down because I uncovered all these different blind spots I couldn't even see before. I had countless realizations within months about the way I was doing business, decisions I was making, and the way I was showing up. And the consequences of that was I was able to grow a brand from $15 to $40 million in revenue in that single year. Because my ability to show up for myself as a leader improved, my emotional stability improved, my clarity improved, my decision making improved, and overall well-being improved, and that's why my business improved. Because when you live in this state of total alignment, high energy, high frequency, you're just better positioned to make better choices for your business. Because nothing starts to faze you. You have this clarity and confidence about you, this aura, they're all-time high, and you make decisions based on abundance rather than making them from fear and lack. And a lot of this stuff is in a blind spot of yours. You can't see through the forest that's in front of you because you start to elect to do hard things in your business because you have that energy and confidence and the mental clarity to do so. And you begin to lead your team and set a good example for them, which then has an on-flow effect and a flywheel in the business. And a lot of these realizations, it's absolutely impossible for you to realize until you experience operating a 10.0 self. A lot of you might be thinking that, you need a little fun in your life, etc. But the truth is that you don't even know what fun is for you. You don't know what type of living you like or you prefer because you've never seen the other side of the coin. And if you're going to go pro, you need to know what it feels like to operate from your 10.0 self and how enjoyable that is. And what got me over the line before this process, I asked myself, if 80-year-old Matt looked down, would he regret for 1 year saying no to everything else and trying to attempt to operate my 10.0 self? Would he regret not partying for a year, not eating shit food, not missing a training day, not waking up early every single day? No, he wouldn't. But would he regret not seeing what it felt like to see if I operated my 10.0 self, that I went pro and I treated my business like an athlete and showed up for my business and my team in the best possible way I could and integrated my mind, body, and spirit into the process? Now, to start this process, it's easy than you think. It's just a set of 4D non-negotiables that allow you to focus on your mind, body, and spirit so you can operate at your 10.0 self, your full potential. They are non-negotiables. It means that no matter what happens, you have to do what's on your plate. No matter what, you complete these tasks in order to operate at your best self. You need to increase the standards in which you operate in order to reach that 10.0 potential. All parts of your life, not just business. And the first one is learning. You need to fill your mind reading 10 pages of a personal development book every single day. The second is physical exercise and nutrition. You need to create a workout plan, a nutrition plan, and stick to it because this will inflect on how the thoughts and emotions that you feel. The third one is allow time to connect with others through meaningful relationships, maybe it's a spouse, kids, friendship, whatever it is. And the fourth one is allow time to connect with yourself through reflection and meditation, because this will allow you to course correct and see how you're feeling, how you're showing up, and you continually improve the process. If you do this for 30 days, you'll start to see a shift in your ability and your mindset. You'll start to think clearer. Your problems will be solved easier and quicker. You will make more money. You have more confidence in yourself and set bigger goals. You will make 10 times the progress in these 30 days than you did the last year. And if you do a reverse gap year, you'll make more progress in the year than you did in the last 5 years. And that's if you want to turbocharge it. You will just invest in a reverse gap year for 1 year and see what it truly feels like to operate at your best self. Because everything takes time. You have to sustain from the vices for a long enough time for you to fully integrate your mind, body, and spirit to a place where you're operating at your full potential. Now, I hope this video helps, gives you clarity and context of what potentially could be like if you turned pro as a business person. The reverse gap year changed my life. The joy and fulfillment that I received from the added success and I guess the personal development that I received far outweighed any of the vice and the partying that I did before. So I want that for you guys to experience the other side of the coin so you can make a decision of what type of life is best for you.